You're listening to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Each week, I'm going to be interviewing top realtors from coast to coast to give you a backstage pass on how they've created their amazing real estate empires and how you can copy them. Everyone, this is real estate coach Craig Proctor. Welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Who wants to make more money and work less? That's what we're going to be talking about today. My special guest today is Billy Howell from Florida. Billy, how you doing today?
Great, Craig. Great seeing you this morning.
Hey, man, you've been an awesome Craig Proctor student. Let's start at the beginning. How did you find me? And explain to everybody how your business is exploded over the last couple of years.
All right. So yeah, actually, it's kind of an interesting story. I have a team. One of my team members went to one of your half-day events. She's like, Billy, you have to go. And I'm like, no, I don't need another one, because honestly, at the time I was being coached by Mike Ferry and Tom Ferry. And I was like, all I need is another coach. And she's like, no, you have to go. So I ended up going to Orlando for the full day seminar. And I was like, oh my God, like, why haven't I heard of this before? Why haven't I attended one of these events? And so when I started, I truly had 3 coaches and eliminated them all and stuck with this, because it's not just a coaching program, it's a system program. May the best coach win, my man. Right.
But what attracted you to this? Yeah, okay, you had Mike Ferry and Tom Ferry, had all these mentors and coaches. What was it about the Craig Proctor system that resonated?
Yeah. So if I can take 2 steps back, when the way I got started in real estate, I actually started investing in real estate. And I don't know if you remember a guy named Carlton Sheets.
I do remember Carl. I was on Carlton Sheets infomercials back in the 1990s.
I was too.
Were you? You were on one?
Yes,
okay. I didn't know him. I was, as you know, I was the #1 RE/MAX agent worldwide that particular year. And he called me and said, hey, we'd like you to be on his infomercial. So I remember being in Hawaii on my honeymoon.
Right.
And my wife turns the TV on and she goes, oh my God, I'm in Hawaii and I'm watching you on, I was on the Carlton Sheets infomercial. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Carlton Sheets in common.
Yeah. So basically, I long story short, I had a rental property. I didn't realize you can make money doing this. This is a long time ago, back actually in the early 90s, actually mid 90s. So I watched the infomercial late one night. I bought it. I bought my first investment property. It was a system. It was like, you do this, you say this, you have these forms you fill out. It was an easy system. Next thing you know, I'm investing in real estate. He's flying me out to California. I'm on his, infomercial. I was on the front page of his website for many years.
Didn't know that. You know what, dude, we were probably on the same infomercial. We got to get a hold of that and check it out.
He flew us out to the La Costa Resort in California, interviewed me out there. So I'm good at copying, right? I'm good at just like mimicking, copying. And then once I got it, maybe enhance it and make it my own type of thing. And the other coaching programs were just like, okay, so what are your goals? What are you doing? Which is great. And trust me, it helped me a lot. And I did pretty good with that. But to be able to sit there and follow a system step by step, copy and paste. I mean, I say I'm not the most creative guy, but not having to create the systems and all that stuff. That's why I joined Craig.
Well, it's just a massive time saver, It's not that people can't figure out what I figured out. It's just, it took me, a lot of years to figure it out and a lot of effort and a lot of money trying stuff that didn't work. Yeah. So, this is about, the Craig Proctor system is about taking a massive shortcut to success.
It is. Yeah. And being at the live event was just amazing.
Tell me about that. Like the first event, you've met some really cool people in the Craig Proctor system. How important is the people you met in those relationships?
So it's like the basis of the system, in my opinion. I went there just like everybody. I was skeptical. I was like, is this really working? And I knew Kristen Stampini. Kristen Stampini is a very good friend of mine. And she's like, this is great. And I'm like, yeah, she probably just is trying to say that to get me to join. So I started asking everybody else who was involved in it, and all I saw was success, made some great connections. I learned so much on that weekend or that event that it was like a no-brainer for me. So I went right away into it. I dove head first, just dove right in. And I just put all the systems together. And
all right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes. Like what did you do first? What was like the shock and awe thing that you learned at the conference that you go back home and you implement it and it made a tremendous difference?
Right. So the first thing was the guarantee, your home sold guaranteed. Like everybody, I was afraid of. I was like, look, I don't like.
Dude, everyone watching this is freaked out by the guaranteed sale program, right? So for those of you watching this, okay, explain to everybody your guarantee and explain to everybody what you immediately thought when you first heard about it.
Right. So I was like, okay, it's got to be a gimmick or something's weird. Like I don't have deep pockets per se. I mean, to go invest in a ton of properties that that I may or may not sell. So why am I putting myself in that situation? And then talking to the agents in the program, they're like, dude, you'd never buy anything. It's like, you set the guidelines. You have to know the market. If you do your homework, you will never have to buy a house because you know how many days the property is going to sell, what price, list price, sell price ratio, all that stuff. So
it's just math. People get freaked out. Well, first of all, some people watching this think, well, that's a bait and switch. Well, look, all marketing, we could argue, is a bait and switch. Like when you advertise a house, here's what happens in real estate. You advertise a home and the people that call you hardly ever buy the house they call off if it's a sign call or an ad call, right? You're a good realtor. You tell them about your listing and invariably 90% of the time, they're like, yeah, it's too big, it's too small, it's in the wrong location or whatever. And instead of letting them just hang up on you, you say, well, what are you looking for? And they tell you, and then you switch them on to another home. So we could argue that every time a realtor advertises a house, they're guilty of bait and switch because the buyers hardly ever buy the home they call on. This is what the public wants. I mean, why do you think there's these iBuyer companies? Why do you think there's Open Door? Why do you think there's OfferPad? Thousands of homes are being purchased every single week for convenience. So, if you're a realtor and you're like, this guaranteed sale program freaks me out, it freaked me out. It freaked you. Like everybody starts thinking about all the bad things that can happen. But if you understand math, you understand the guaranteed sale program because they got to move up. They got to buy one of your listings.
You do. Yeah.
You double end your listing. You're making, I don't know, in Florida, in your marketplace, what you make when you're double ending a listing. Then you get their listing. You're not buying it at 100% of market value, but it's a reasonable offer. Yep. People are like, well, you're just ripping people. No, it's a reasonable offer. We give the prospect the offer up front and in writing. It's not like we surprise them later with some low amount. Everybody knows the upfront offer is in writing. It's guaranteed. Everyone knows what the worst case scenario is. But I'll tell you what I like about the guaranteed sale better, Billy, than like an iBuyer company. They would just, take 15 or 20% off the top. And that's what you get.
Yep.
With the Craig Proctor guaranteed sale program, we give them the upfront written guarantee, but we also market their property so they always get the benefit of the highest offer, whether it's our upfront guarantee or a superior offer from an outside buyer, which is what happens most of the time. We don't want to buy it. Yeah.
Yep. I had a client or a customer reach out to me. He just wanted to guarantee that because he had a property he was buying, brand new construction. He just wanted to guarantee that it was going to close. So we got him under contract to list it. We gave him the guarantee. And of course, we put it on the market and we sold it for even a lot more because of the way we do our marketing. So he actually was so happy that he had the guarantee and the security that it was going to close. He was going to be able to buy his new house, but he also was very happy because we got him more money.
Bingo. You said security. That's exactly what it is. Look at in today's marketplace, the seller is reluctant to list their house because they know it's going to immediately sell. And like, where am I going to go to? So they have to go in with a cash offer if they want to be successful. And now they risk getting stuck with two homes.
Right.
So we are basically giving move-up buyers a guarantee or an insurance policy that they'll never get stuck owning two homes. Right. And buyers and sellers love it. Some realtors might not like it, but what we care about is what the buyers and sellers want, and they absolutely love it. So you started to implement the guaranteed sale program, your home sold guaranteed or we'll buy it, offering move up buyers in Florida an insurance policy that they won't get stuck with two homes. They love it. Your business explodes. Tell me what happened in those first couple of years.
Yeah. So honestly, like I left the event, signed up, and I implemented the guarantee week one. And
I'm gonna do it and we'll figure it out later, right?
Yeah, exactly. There was no fear. It's like, hey, all these people were not fearing of it. They say you only buy the ones you want to if you're investing. And that's pretty much it. So I was like, you know what, I'm doing it. So I jumped all in. I get calls. I've had listings where people just say, look, I had an agent. They basically were no good, which unfortunately in Florida, there's, everybody in Florida has a driver's license and a real estate license. So it's like, you can just throw anything out the door and you're going to hit an agent.
Yeah. I saw some crazy stat last week that 20% of the realtors have had their license less than 2 years.
I believe it.
Like since the pandemic, like 1 in 5 realtors only started in real estate since the pandemic. So yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Now that the market's slowing down, top Craig Proctor members always prefer a down market because the clients are a lot more selective in who they're going to use. Like I might not use Uncle Joe now because the market's changed. It actually matters who I hire.
It does.
So we always pick up massive market share, now that we have rates going up and things slowing down a bit. Okay. Right. Other than the guarantee. Okay. So the guaranteed sale program, that's a game changer right away.
Yeah.
And at this point, are you just working as a solo agent or you've got a team?
No, I had an admin and I had a single one agent that was on my team at that point.
All right. So what happens next?
So what happens next is I start going to the webinars. I start learning the process. I'm implementing, business cards ordered first couple of days in with the USP on there. And then I was on a webinar talking about buyers and offering the VIP buyer guarantee. And I literally I was just like in my head, like, these people are genius. Like I don't have to do anything and I can increase my income just like that. And so offering the VIP buyer guarantee, signing my buyers, making sure they're working and loyal to me, and the income immediately went straight up. It was like now
let me ask you this, Billy, like that totally makes sense, right? Like having all these powerful buyer benefits. So the buyers, first of all, want to meet with you. Number two, the buyers will sign an exclusive agreement with you and you get to negotiate your fee. Like that's such a no-brainer because that's exactly what every realtor would do if they're working with a seller.
Right.
Why do you think realtors have such a hard time having the same kind of rules and of engagement with buyers as they have with sellers?
Well, in my honest opinion, and you kind of hit it a little bit, of all the new agents that are out there are so many agents in our marketplace and so little business to be had that they will cut corners. They'll reduce their commissions. They'll do all these things just to try to get, they'll put their family aside, and instead of watching their kids play baseball that weekend, they're picking up somebody from the airport, taking them to lunch, showing them houses, dropping them off at the airport, never to hear from them again.
Yeah, and it's really sad that there's like we get trained to get our license, and all the training to get your license is about how to pass the test.
Yeah,
and nobody teaches you the proper way to attract clients instead of cold calling and them chasing them. Nobody teaches us how to have compelling presentations and be able to actually create working relationships that are better for the client, but also better for the realtor.
Agreed. And now I can show them any property without worrying about what my fee is or what somebody's going to pay me. Maybe a brand new agent that has never even done a deal is telling me how much I'm going to make on the deal. It also allows for flexibility and security for my buyers. In fact, one of the first buyers that I received from one of my ads that I did through the Craig Proctor system, or I learned from the Craig Proctor system, VIP buyer, the seller was very, the agent, I should say, was a little stingy with the deal, if you will, in the seller concessions. I was able to get a seller concession to cover my fee, but the circuit breaker box needed to be replaced in order for the closing to be completed. So fortunately, I was already earning 3.5% on the deal. The agent was only paying 2%. I actually took a portion of that 3.5% and gave it back to my buyer at closing so they could replace the circuit breaker box, so they would have the insurance ability within the first 30 days to get the deal done, and everybody was happy. And I still was able to earn more than what the agent was offering to me and what the agent earned on his sale on the listing side.
Okay, I just want to be clear for those watching what Billy's talking about here. What we're talking about is, the traditional way when you're working with a buyer is, how are you getting paid? You're getting paid, you're accepting whatever is being offered by the listing agent. Now, here's a question for everybody, right? If it's 3%, you get 3%. If it's 2.5%, you get 2.5%. In some places, we're saying 2%, we're saying 1%. And we know there's a beef right now that the Department of Justice has with the National Association of Realtors. And, the beef is, hey, sellers are being forced to compensate the agent representing the buyer. And that's a violation of whatever it is the Sherman Act or whatever. So what if the commission, there is no commission for the buyer agent? What if the buyer agent has to negotiate their own fee? This is kind of where this is going. But we've been teaching this now for 10 years, 15 years, that real estate agents should be negotiating their own fee with the buyer anyway, versus just accepting what is being offered by the listing agent. Because, everyone watching, answer this question right now. Are most agents weak or strong? Are they strong negotiators? Are they weak negotiators, right? So if you're representing the buyer, you're just accepting whatever is being offered by the listing agent, and we agree that most agents are weak negotiators, then you just have to accept whatever is being paid. And that's, Billy, you thought that was the name of the game. That's how we do. Yeah. We teach you how to negotiate a higher fee with your buyer, and the buyer's thrilled.
Yep.
If you think you're better, superior, you provide better service, and you can do a better job for buyers, why shouldn't you have the right to negotiate your fee, just like when you're working with a seller?
Right.
And there's nobody here, I don't think, watching this that would, if the seller said to you, hey, I don't really want to sign a listing agreement. I'm not really like a commitment type person. But hey, Billy, you run around and do open houses and advertise my property. And if you find a buyer, maybe I'll pay you. No agent would do that, right? Right. So why should we have any different rules of engagement when it comes to buyers?
Right.
Okay, so there's two biggies right there. Guaranteed sale program, boom. And then having your buyer marketing put together so you can just copy this system. You've got so many buyers coming to you that you can pick and choose which buyers you want to work with. Basically, you're creating the rules of engagement. The buyer's got to meet with you, sign a buyer agency agreement, agree to your fee, and then and only then can they work with Billy.
Yeah, I've turned people away. Like, I actually sit there at the conference table interviewing with buyers, and I pull out the VIP buyer agreement, and they won't sign. And I was like, okay, this is very odd. Okay, is there a question? Is there something I didn't answer? It's like, no, we have a cousin who just got their license, and we kind of already told them we would work with them. We want to work with you, but we told our cousin we don't feel comfortable signing this yet. It's like, okay, fine. And we ended the meeting. I was like, when you're ready, I'll be here. And kid you not, a week later, they called me back up, said, we had our meeting with our cousin. We're working with you. They came in, they signed the VIP buyer loyalty agreement. And then we got into, okay, what are you looking for? And things like that. So that client bought, sold, and bought another house with me. So, and it was,
well, hats off to you, but like, congratulations, because that's how good your presentation is. Mm-hmm. That they would rather deal with you and pay you more money than working with their friend or relative.
Correct.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about your team now. You've got, we could talk for another hour about all the different marketing that you've implemented, but let's switch to, now that this is working and you've got this overflow of buyers and sellers coming to you, like in your business, there's no cold calling, door knocking, no chasing people. 100% of the buyers and sellers are coming to you, to the point where, when did you get to the point where, like, I got to hire some more people?
Probably fairly quickly in it. Probably within the first few months, I was like, okay, I need to start hiring some more people.
And so we have a system for that too, because
yes, we do.
Because if agents are left to their own when it comes to hiring, pretty much we're going to mess it up, right? If you don't have a proper system to avoid all the mistakes as to who you should be recruiting and what they should be doing and how to coach them up, train them to make sure they're successful. You've got to have a contract in place to make sure they don't take advantage of you. Yep. So we teach all of these systems on how to recruit and hire them and train them. And, like, the onboarding is very important. And how do you manage people?
Yes.
Because if you're a solo agent, you don't have any of these skills. So all of this is systemized. So you start recruiting. Who did you hire first?
So actually I went out and I had to hire another admin. So I hired another marketing person to handle with the marketing, so that way I can work with the leads that were coming in. And then I went in and started pulling in agents. And today I have agents, Florida Keys, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, just hired one in St. Lucie County.
You're taking all over the state of Florida. That's awesome.
Working our way up the East Coast. So we're all the way up to Daytona, Ormond Beach right now.
If you're watching this in Georgia, watch out. Billy's coming for you. Hey, that's really cool. Now, let's talk about the marketing person. Notice, everyone, that Billy said, before I ran out and I hired a bunch of agents, I hired a marketing person to help me with the marketing, because obviously you've got to have an overflow of business before you start hiring agents. You don't want to do the opposite. You know, a lot of people do the opposite. It's like, well, I'll hire a bunch of people and then I'll figure out how to get them business. It doesn't make sense.
I agree.
So you're like the idea person, and you just say to the marketing person, okay, run these Facebook ads, run these Google ads, take these videos I've done and slice them and dice them and get them onto social media. So you really don't even know you don't have to know how to do all this. You just need someone to do it for you.
Correct. Right. I think that's a struggle. You know, people always ask, Billy, how did you get here? And obviously the systems, but also the people are a very big piece of that. And the people can help you excel, and they can also hold you back. So you have to find the right people and continuously look for new people to join your team.
Okay. I really like what you just said there.
Yeah.
So the people can either hold you back, or the right people at the right time can make your business explode. Yeah. And some realtors watching this right now might have had that experience before, like, hey man, I did that whole team thing, been there, done it. It didn't work. If you hire the wrong person doing the wrong thing, if you don't have the right system in place, you may have, this perception that hiring people and expanding your team, it wasn't a good experience for you. Sure. So that's why we have to do this properly. So you're basically feeding the marketing person, do this, do that, do this. You're creating the content and they're putting it out there. Same thing as this podcast right now that we're doing, Billy. I don't know how to edit this thing. Right now we are live. We are live in Rich Agent Secrets. Okay. We're streaming live in a Rich Agent Secrets as my private Facebook group. We're on my business page, my Facebook business page. We're on YouTube. We're on LinkedIn. I think we're on Twitter, right? Then our video here will be chopped up, diced, and sliced, and my virtual assistants will have this everywhere. And thousands of people will watch this interview. Now, the important note is Billy and I don't need to know how to do this. We need to know what we want done. So we teach you, how do I get people to do the things that either I don't want to do or I shouldn't be doing, or I just don't know how to do, right? So this is, part of what's important to success, not just the marketing, but the team building, who to hire first, who to hire second, who to hire third. Okay, I want to switch now to outside sales agents, because I want to give you a big endorsement. Okay, great. So I am going to explain a potential position for Florida realtors right now. Okay, and you correct me if I don't say this right.
Sure.
If you're an outside sales agent, okay, and you're in Florida right now, and you want to partner up with Billy, first of all, you don't need to call Craig. Everything that you want to do in real estate is right now being done with Billy Howell. Okay, so here's how it would work. Billy spends all the money on the marketing and advertising, works with his marketing person, and he has created a overflow of business to where he's at the point where he needs more great agents. So if you're a licensed agent in Florida and you're ambitious, and if your goal, when you got into real estate, if your goal is, hey, I'm in real estate because I want freedom, which means I want more money and I want time. That's how you get freedom. You got to have both. We know lots of realtors that are making lots of money and they're a slave to their business. They're working 80 hours a week and they have no life. It's not sustainable. And we know other realtors that have lots of time because they're making no money. Here's what you want to do, Florida realtors. Reach out to Billy and say, hey, I'd like to have a conversation about partnering up with you, because literally this is how this would work. Billy has the leads go to inside sales agents. The inside sales agents call the leads, qualify the buyer and seller appointments, and you would make your day timer available. You don't want to work on Tuesdays, you'd block off Tuesday. You don't want to work Friday night, you block out. But when you're open, be careful now, because when your calendar's open, Billy's going to fill that up.
Right.
And you're going to use the Craig Proctor listing presentation that Billy uses and the Craig Proctor buyer presentation. Billy will be your coach. He will coach you up. He will train you. Obviously, the more money you make, the more money Billy makes. And you will literally just be going from appointment to appointment to appointment using the presentation. And like, for example, when you list a house, Billy sets it up for you. You don't have to worry about the marketing, how it works. You're not paying for it. Billy pays for it. You show up tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the listing appointment, and you're coached up on Billy's listing presentation. You're just really just saying what's on the slides, the PowerPoint slides. Just click through them. We coach you up on how to be really good at it. Now, you get the listing signed, okay? You send the listing into the office. This is how crazy it is.
Yeah.
Billy's team takes the picture of the house, gets the key cut, installs the key box. They deliver the fee. They do all the admin stuff for you. As an outside sales agent, you are making money because you're going from appointment to appointment. You're not standing around getting keys cut at Home Depot or messing around with all of that stuff. So if this sounds appealing, if you're a Florida realtor and you want to make more money and still have a life, you want to reach out to Billy Howell. It's a conversation. There's, and maybe, you don't have to be in Florida to call Billy. Like, if you just want to, like, is this guy for real? You want to check him out. Like, first of all, Google him. Okay. Google him, look at all his 5-star reviews. And if people want to call you, what would be the best way to call you or email you?
Yeah. So they can call me direct, 561-327-1930. Or my email is info@homesoldflorida.com.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll in the comments, we'll have all of Billy's contact information.
Great. Thank you.
And I want to do a plug for me too, because if you're not in the state of Florida, okay, and you want to do what Billy is doing, call me. Here's what I would do. My team and I, we do what we call breakthrough calls. This is basically how we started with Billy. It's no cost, no obligation. We would jump on a Zoom meeting with you, ask you a bunch of questions about your business, what you're doing right now, why you're doing it that way. And then we would explain to you, if you were working with us, here's what we would change. Here's how, what we would teach you to do. And then at the end of our consultation, you can, you could say, well, you know what? I don't think there's any value in this Craig Proctor guy, and you could keep just doing what you're doing. Or what if this is real? What if I can make you the next Billy Howell in your marketplace anywhere in the world, right? And Billy, you've met agents from all over the world. Our last conference, we had a lady flying from England. Now, here's how you book your call with me. It's free of charge. You go to proctorcall.com. So my name, proctorcall.com. We'll type that in the comments below as well. So proctorcall.com. You'll see my Acuity day timer. You're going to book a day and a time that's convenient for you. And let's have a conversation. That's where all good things start.
It works. My phone's already ringing.
All right. So we're running out of time here. Final remarks, Billy. What do you want to pass on as final remarks to people watching this?
Look, I'm just very blessed and very happy to be part of your organization and be a coaching member, a coach. My business is growing. I just opened the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty brokerage through you guys, which has been fantastic. The support, the friends, the information. I mean, pretty much anything real estate related. If I need help, I have people I can reach out to, call, and offer support. It just blows my mind the support that anybody in this program has. I mean, most coaching programs, you may have like one call a week or one call every 2 weeks. Like, there's minimum 3 or 4 calls a week with the system. Like, you cannot lose with the system.
All you have to do is show up and copy, really.
Yeah.
I changed my background to Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty for you.
That's great.
Yeah. You made really, the name of your company is really important, and especially the way people prospects look for anything, right? How many of you would agree that if you're looking for, you're going to go out to dinner with your friends, you're going to Google a restaurant, read the reviews. Google, just go ahead and Google your home sold and see all the searches. Compare that with Googling Remax or Century 21 or Keller Williams or whatever. You can see that the search term like your home sold is what people want. Your home sold, guaranteed realty. So you can ask Billy more information about that. His unique selling proposition is right in the name of his company.
Right.
Hey, Billy, I've enjoyed this, man. I forgot to mention you're a coach too. When you're being coached up in the Craig Proctor organization, this is the quality of coaches you get. Unlike other, coaching companies, we don't hire people off the street. Literally, like some of my competitors, they run ads. Hey, would you like to be a real estate coach? Without any practical experience.
Right.
Myself, all my coaches have made millions of dollars doing exactly what we teach you. So, I know I've heard a lot of people say, well, I had a coach, but they really couldn't give me the specifics of how. That's because they didn't do it. Right. If you want to successfully learn how to make millions of dollars, you better make sure your coach knows how to do it.
Yeah.
If your coach has never made millions of dollars selling real estate, they're going to have a really difficult time showing you how to do it, what they've never done.
I agree 100%.
All right, Billy. Well, look, I'll let you get back to selling houses all over Florida.
Thanks, Craig. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much. Billy Howell from Florida, guys. Google him, reach out to him. Thank you again for watching the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show, and we'll see everybody next time. Thank you again for doing this, Billy. Take care.
All right. See you guys. Take care.
Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.